So we have this huge IPA already, Union Jack, and now we're trying to make a double or an Imperial IPA. So, we basically took the exact same recipe and we ran 35 barrels off of the same recipe, what we would normally get 55 barrels. So we concentrated the original recipe. Balance is always the key. This beer, because it's so aggressive and huge, has kind of a big middle malty backbone to try to kind of cloak some of the alcohol that's there. And when you have that much sweetness in a beer, you got to bring the IBUs or the bitterness way up. You also need to have a really explosive hop aroma and flavor, obviously. So everything's just kind of turned up to 11 and let it rip. We had a few benchmarks we want to hit. We want to hit 100 IBUs at least analytically. Now you look on a lot of bottles out there, and I won't name any names, but there's a lot of brewers out there claiming they have beers that are 100 IBUs, but and this might be a little beer geeky, but a lot of people out there that are brewers that are actually doing the analytical analysis of their beers realize that 100 IBUs is nearly impossible to obtain in normal brewing, especially with a big aggressive beer like a double IPA. So that's one of our marks. We want to hit 100 IBUs plus. It's not quite twice what Union Jack is, but it's going to be 9.5% alcohol, approaching 10%. So this beer probably shouldn't be served in more than a 6 or 10 ounce serving. We want to really stick to the same hops for the most part on the brew house side or on the hot side. Those being Columbus, Warrior, Chinook, Cascade, Centennial. I mean, we really throw half the hop closet at that beer already. On the dry hop side, we decided that we could be a little bit more aggressive in our approach. We have a little different approach than other breweries. We do a massive dry hopping, but we don't sit on it for a really long time. We try to get kind of just the essence of the hops without a lot of vegetative character or that real herbal end of the hop spectrum. We're really looking for the high-end notes. And so already this beer has been in tank for about 15 days. We've already dry hopped it 3 times, and we'll probably climb back up on the tank and dry hop it again. And these aren't really massive dry hops, and we're kind of each day taking the beer, giving it a smell and a taste and just deciding what direction we want to go with it. We've got plenty of time. We've got a couple more weeks to play with this beer before we're done. So it's a really fun experiment. I mean, we've kind of gotten a name for ourselves in hoppy beers. So gosh, if we're going to make an Imperial IPA, we better make it really hoppy and really good. We're only going to rack this year's Imperial IPA into 5-gallon kegs, so it'll probably end up being in the better beer bars throughout the state and in some of our new markets, potentially in Portland, Seattle, and Phoenix, hopefully, and certainly in our tasting rooms. Will we enter at the Great American Beer Festival? Timing-wise, it kind of depends. This beer's going to be already fairly old by the time GABF comes around, but if we can preserve some till that time, yeah, we'll enter it.